Jason is crazy. Hey, said Jason is crazy. Jason is crazy. Yes, indeed. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. How you doing? Y'all know what a brother's here for. I am here to review season 2, episode 2 of Tyler Perry's comedy, drama, soap opera, The Oval. And tonight's episode is titled Natural Habitat. But before I get into that, let me give a shout out to my people. Shout outs to Simply Be Yourself 100, Tia Divine, Kerwin Rowland, Anthony White, House of Sir James. Don't y'all like that? I like that name, House of Sir James. That is a cool name. Elisa M. Hey, Elisa. How you doing? June BLC, Geechee Girl TV, A. Henderson, Randall Brown, and Hyeth J. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Oh, and Penny. Shout outs to Penny too. Thank you all for leaving your comments down in the comment section. A brother appreciates it. And now I'm going to say this. Listen down. See that button that's over here or over there or somewhere? Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends and your friends to hit that subscribe button. Help the brother. I know I'm begging, right? That's pathetic, right? So pathetic. But help a brother out. Let the channel grow. Come on and just, all you got to do is just hit the subscribe button like that and go and leave me a comment, do something, All right, I'm done begging. Now let's get down to this episode. Like I said, it's called Natural Habitat. Jason is indeed crazy, crazy, crazy. They up on this private plane with grandma. She's the grandmother from hell, of course. Evil. But why you choking out grandma? You going to hell, Jason? Why you choking out grandma? He choked grandma out. Choked grandma out on the train. On the plane. I'm sorry, on the private plane. Now, here comes, right after he did the choking her out and told her she was a mean. You're so mean. I said, and you're so crazy. After he choked his grandmother out, here comes the airline stewardess on this private jet. And she's all smiles. She's looking like a Stepford wife. And she's like, oh, do you need anything? And he's like looking all weird. So then he says, oh, my grandmother's cold. And how long before we get down? And how far is it from here to D.C. and all this? Because he got to go back and get the body that's under his bed. He loved choking people out. And what's wrong with this dude? That's 2 bodies. If Granny's really dead, Jason, that's 2 bodies that you got 2 bodies on your count now. You done killed the poor little maid. Now grandma. But I'm hoping that grandma is playing possum, that she ain't really dead. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that grandma's playing possum, that she's not really dead, that she's doing this because, he was on her and she can't do it, so she's playing, she's faking it. But wait, she ain't got no security on here. This is supposed to be ruthless grandma. Why? She's a ruthless woman, right? She's a ruthless, powerful woman. Where's the security? Y'all letting grandma get choked out on the private jet like that? So anyway, he starts questioning the lady. He says, give my grandmother a blanket. She said, oh, she's cold. And I'm not used to her sleeping on the plane. She's usually never does it. She must be really tired. Yeah, she's tired, all right. Then he tells her, well, didn't you say, for emergencies, I can pull this lever right here and open the window? And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. We don't open windows on planes up in there. When you open that window, everybody going to get sucked out. Like, that's a little crazy. So that's that with them. Crazy Jason. Now let's move on to... Who are we moving on to? Let's move on to Richard and Nancy. Y'all know Nancy, Lord. And Richard is pissed off. Here come Nancy, still with this, now she bringing dinner to him. She's being a superwoman, she bringing dinner to him. Honey, I made your dinner. This is your favorite. He ain't trying to hear that. He want to know who you was tipping and dipping with 25 years ago and who that baby belongs to, that grown man that he thought was your nephew that turns out to be your son, ho. Yeah, I said it. That's how I'm speaking for Richard. That's what Richard don't want nothing to eat. He don't want none of what was that on the plate? Pork chops, fried chicken, green, whatever that was. Richard don't want none of that. Richard wants to know who the daddy is. So she's like, she brings a plate, honey, I made you some food. Richard took, knocked that plate down. I don't want no damn food from you. Tell me who the daddy is, basically. He told her, sit down. He said, now I done did some calculations. He said, now I think Picky was conceived, well, Picky's birthday, did he say Picky? Let me see. He said something like, I think Picky, let me see now. Did he say Picky was, birthday was somewhere in September? I think he was conceived around December or January. And he said, here, I'm going through, you were consistent with sending me letters up until around here. He said, read this letter. She's like, baby. I said, sit down and read the letter. You know, Richard, you kind of acting a little Ike Turner-ish though, bro. You kind of, yeah, I know you're upset, but he was a little forceful. She sat down though. She sat down, read the letter. He said, read the letter. She took the letter. He said, read it from the beginning. She said, yeah, you know, I'm really missing you. But she said, your brother was here and your brother was looking good. So in Richard's mind, oh, you saying my brother was a little snack. And he said, now that I think about it, when I came back, my brother couldn't look me in the eye. Does my mother know what would happen? And Nancy was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. He said, you know what? Get out. Get out. He's disgusted. He's like, it was with my brother though. My brother. See, Richard done turned into Perry Mason, Matlock, Columbo, and solved the mystery on his own. He went through them letters. He said, see right here? See, you stop right here. And then you mentioned over here was my, you know, how my brother was looking good and you was missing me. So you dipped in the bed with my brother? That's what he's assuming. She didn't confirm, nor did she deny. But Richard told her, get going, get out of this house. So that was crazy. I was like, dag. And he, get out. Now, Richard, it's her house too now, but hey, I guess Richard said, listen, I said, get out, woman. Right now, Nancy, it's best that you get out. Now, let's move on to the First Lady and Sam. Now, the First Lady apologized to Sam because, you know, last season she was ready to rub him the right way and get it on with him and all that. She had him all saluting the flag and everything. So she apologized to him. She says, is everything okay with you and your wife? I want to apologize. Sam is playing dumb, like, oh, everything's fine. And, you know, I'm a married man and all this. Now, this is the part that had me laughing because she said, well, Victoria, talking about herself, she said, well, I sure had you hard. I said, why you had to say that? So she's like, you know what? With Uma and Max being out of the picture and with Uma's death, you're going to be my head detail now. He was like, what? He said, let me consider this. I got to think about this. But see, now this alerts him to the fact that Uma is dead. Because see, they ain't told him about that. They didn't tell him anything about that. So he was like, wait, I didn't know anything about that. Meanwhile, while that's going on, the president is pissed off. This was funny. The president is pissed off. He's over there talking with Donald. And he's like, Donald, get Kyle on the phone now. I thought this was hilarious. He says, get him on the phone now. Put it on speaker. Donald calls Kyle, puts him on speaker. He goes, lover. He's like, oh, no, it's me. It's me, Donald. The president was like, I heard that mess or whatever. So the president is mad because he's like, y'all messed up. Come here. Max comes in there. Kyle comes in there. He lets him know, Max is alive. Y'all messed up. Fix this. So basically, he's telling him, listen, you need to fix this. We got to fix this. We got to get this thing going. Listen, track him down at that hospital and finish off the job because you ain't finished off the job. And if I go down, the president, if I go down, you two are going down too. You're going down with me. So now they got to go over there to that hospital and they have to finish off the job. He has to finish off the job. Kyle has to finish off the job. Meanwhile, back on the plane with Grandmama and Gail, Grandmama's still out. Gail wakes up and she's telling Jason, I have a plan. Why don't we blackmail Jeannie, which is her name is Jeannie or Jean? Jean, whatever. The maid. That's the little girl that Jason done choked out and put under his bed. Gail doesn't know that Jason choked the maid out and put her on his bed, so he's getting off. No, we can't do that. No, she's never going to do it. She said, listen, we could blackmail her and let her drive us back once we get out of here. Once we land, she can drive us back to D.C. That's what she can do. And I'm saying to myself, with all that, are you sure that's going to work? Because your grandparents are supposed to be these ruthless, powerful people. I'm sure there's security and stuff. Once y'all land, I don't think y'all gonna get away, especially if they find out. What's gonna happen when they find out Granny's all messed up? So he's like, nah, I don't like that. I don't want to be bothered with all of that and all this. And she's like, okay, fine. I said, listen, Gail, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave Jason alone, because Jason done already took care of Granny. You don't want to be next. Jason gonna take everybody out on that plane. Jason gonna end up killing everybody. That's the crazy thing. Now let's move on to Ellie, the new press secretary with her fine self. I think she's fine. And her boyfriend Alan. And he's asking her, honey, did you bang the president? Is this stuff true? And she's like, no, it's not true. And as she's about to schmooze up to him and tell him, because he's refusing to leave, in walks Donald, and Donald walks in. He tells Alan to leave. And as he tells Alan to leave, he's telling Ellie, he's like, listen, you need to keep your mouth shut and do things my way. And he said, you should have been a basketball wife. You should have, that's what you should have did, basketball wife, because that's more becoming of you. You should just married somebody so you could be a basketball wife. And she said, is that what you did? Like, she's being slick. He said, watch your mouth. And he told her, matter of fact, you get out of this office. I'm running this now. I'll tell you what to do next. You get on up out of this office. Tells her to get out the office. Then Donald calls Diane. He's trying to track Diane. He's like, Diane, I need you to come back. Come back to the White House. Help us clean this mess up. Now, you think she's stupid? You come on back so we can chop your head off, basically. You think she's stupid? Diane is like, I'm not falling for that. He's like, Dad, no, we need you to help clean this up. Come back. She's like, nah, I'm not falling for that. Meanwhile, Alan walks back in the room and he tells Donald, listen, me and Ellie are dating and we live together. And I want to know, is it true? Is it true that she's banging the president? And he tells him, trust me. Lying to him, trust me, Ellie is not sleeping with the president. She's not. And what makes me laugh with Ellie? When she was getting called the side piece and the hoe and all this stuff, she had the nerve to bring up her degree. Your degree ain't what got you the job, ma'am. Your other skills got you the job. Let's not forget that. So stop bringing up your degree. That just kind of irritated me. So now we move on to what's her name? Lily. And what's the dude name with the muscles? Muscle Man. What's Muscle Man's name? Is it Eric? Well, we gonna call him Muscle Man. Anyway, he done brought over, he comes back to the cabin and he has Max with him over his shoulder. I'm cracking up. He got Max is just dangling and he's got Max with him. He puts Max on that little tiny bunk bed. Now, who knew that this dude, Muscle Dude, was also MacGyver? Because he's just doing patchwork. They done had an IV bottle and all this, and he made a hospital right there out of the bunk bed. Made it turn to a hospital bed. I said, well, he got skills. Not only was he an agent, he's a doctor too. Go ahead, MacGyver. Killing it. So Lily was impressed. She said, I see you in your work and things. And then she tells her, it's a lot of things you don't know about me. Yeah, he can do it. So basically after that, Muscle Man calls Diane, lets her know, listen, I have Max, and they're going to take it from there. Now let's move on to Barry, poor Barry. Barry still don't have his child. He had Ruth right there. He brought her to the jail. Now he's in jail now. You know what happened? Ruth is pressing charges. So Barry's behind bars now, and then that cop comes. He says, "Man, you so hard-headed. You in here, she pressed charges." He's like, "Listen, ask her where my child is." Barry, you're not too bright. Ruth is gone. Ruth is gone with the wind. She done left already. So he asked the dude, can he make a phone call? So he gets to make his phone call. And he calls Sharon, his girlfriend, and he tells her, I need you to bail me out because I need bail money. And he says, go and get that money. And she's like, what are you talking about? Now, y'all remember that money, all that money that was in the house? Barry thinks it's hers. She's saying, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, just get the money from the dresser. So that's interesting because I'm like, whose money is that? I don't know. Meanwhile, Sam's wife, and we moving right along, moving good, right? Meanwhile, Sam's wife, Priscilla, she's doing her best version of Waiting to Exhale, throwing clothes all around the house. I said to myself, Sam don't have a lot of clothes. So she was throwing the clothes from this end of the hall to the other end because she's upset because she thinks Sam is cheating on her with the first lady. And so as she's doing that, in walks Nancy. Well, Nancy opens the door and then she goes, can I come in? Well, Nancy, you already done opened the door. You might as well come in. So she comes in and she's asking her, Priscilla, what's going on? What's the problem? And then Priscilla just started asking her questions. No, Nancy, what's wrong with you? What do you need? And Nancy's like, you always do this. You're always helping others. So then she goes on to tell her, listen, Richard put me out. And she said, and he won't pay for Picky's funeral. So she said, how much you need? She said, I need $8,000. It's a lot of money. I need $8,000. She said, She picked up Sam's checkbook. She's like, I'll write you a check. She said, you said 8,000? How about 20,000? And you know, Nancy, oh no, Lord, I can't do that, Lord. No, not 20,000. She said, let's make it 25,000. And she said, you don't have to check with Sam first. She said, no, I don't. Here you go. So she wrote her a check for 25,000, told her, listen, take it to the bank, get the cash. Well, I would hope she would do that. Get the cash first, then pay the 8,000 to the funeral home, and then you take the rest, go to a hotel, go to a spa, and then Nancy was happy about that. Oh, girl, I love you. Thank you. I was like, okay, interesting. So, Kyle is now at the hospital, only to discover that Max is gone. And he's told that Diane has something to do with that. So he calls Donald and tells Donald, yeah, he's gone. Max is gone, and Diane took him. Donald is not pleased at all. Donald says to him, you know what? She thinks she's a diva. I'm going to show you what a diva is. Called her a B-I-T-C-H. I'm going to show you how to be a diva, bitch. He said, you find Diane and you bring her to me alive. I said, oh, Donald about to try to do something ruthless. Now, one of my funniest things tonight was when the first lady confronted Ellie. And she told Ellie, basically, they have a little conversation. She said, basically, this is what I want you to do. Because you don't have no plan. I need you to pack your stuff up and leave. Get out of here. Get going. And she said, and what if I don't? She said, well, I will chop you up into little pieces and mail you to your mom. Now, if somebody tell you something like that, you need to go. You need to, Ellie, just go. Pack your stuff and go. You're not wanted here. You're not wanted. So as they're having that conversation, the president walks in. And the first lady gives him the third degree. She's like, listen, you idiot. Just let me call my daddy to fix this and he might even fix you because this is a complete mess right here. This is a mess that you did. What are you doing? So as she says that to him, he's like, Kyle is going to fix it. She said, the same Kyle that effed it up, he going to fix it? She got a point there. Now they go back to the scene on the plane. Oh my goodness. Why did Jason pull the thing and open the window? And I'm like, what is this dude doing? What? Are you trying to kill them all? I need to know what's going to happen with that. That's completely crazy. Is he trying to kill them all? Is he trying to kill them all? I was like, wow. Now back at the White House, while Granny and all of them, and the kids are up here in this plane that's about to go down. I don't know what's going to happen with that. The First Lady's walking by, and she smells this stench. I guess Jean's stinking already. She's like, something stinking in this room. She goes in the room. She calls housekeeping. She looks under the bed, and I guess she sees that body under there. And that's where the show ended. So we got to see what's going to happen. I was entertained. You know what I like for this show. I like it when Tyler's wilding out with the writing, and I need you to be way over the top. Just go outrageous. I mean, we got that a little bit, but I want some cat fights. I want some foolishness. That's what I like about the show, when they go crazy. But I think we get in there. So, it was a decent episode tonight. Tell me your thoughts. What did you think about tonight's episode? What do you think is going to happen next? Like I said, is Barry ever going to get his daughter? I hope Barry gets his daughter. Ruth she just slips away and just messes him up every time. I really hope he gets his daughter. I really do. What's going on with that plane and Grandma and all of them? I need to see how that's all gonna turn out. But that's all I got. Tell me your thoughts down below. Oh, and another thing, y'all know I got other videos other than this, right? Y'all can watch my other videos too. But that's all I got for now. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.